Hi everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Over 100 in, that's what I like to see right at the beginning. Gonna say hi to Franco and Damien if he's back from his shopping yet, our two moderators tonight. Right, where am I? I'm on the waterfront tonight. I'm going to take a walk down there, show you how nice it is down here. That's not a good start, bear with me. I'm going to take a walk down there to the waterfront and I'll show you what's here. This is actually called Asiatique. It's a great place, especially if you're with a girl and you want to go on a date. There's a load of pubs and restaurants at the waterfront. I've started off in a quiet area here. There's a Ferris wheel behind me. I was actually going to go on the Ferris wheel, but I thought I might get stuck on it or something. So, yeah, hi, Damien. Good to see you in. You've done your shopping. You're back. Let's just say hi to a few people before I go. Ooh, blimey. It's a bit hard on a mobile phone, but hi to Anders, John Miles, Innovations, Boohoo, Motel, Peter Parker, Scott. Right, okay. Let's just get straight on with it. It's I've decided, do you remember last week in the room, I said, shall I do them in the room or shall I do them out and about? I've decided to do kind of half and half, but I do want to answer Dee's question. Dee from Isan, very good question. She actually said to me, did you manage to make it down to Chatham? I'm actually going to Hua Hin in the morning, so I'm probably going to try and get a little bit of sleep. See, the waterfront here, all the big hotels line the waterfront. There's lots of bars and restaurants down here. We'll have a brief walk around here. I'll show you what's around here, and then I'll sit down somewhere and we'll get into the comments. We'll discuss what's going on with the new rules that they're bringing out on the 9th, is it? Yeah. There's not too much to say about that, really, because everybody and his brother's done a video on it. But I will touch on it. Right, okay. So we are on the riverfront now. This is it behind me. You can see Asiatique. Jeff say, thank you for that super chat, mate. Appreciated. So there's it's a restaurant, but it's one of those old ships, sailing ships. I'll try and do a 360. You'll have to look behind me. I can't turn the camera around with this software, unfortunately. It's very, very nice. I just thought it'd be nice to come and do something different rather than walk along Sukhumvit. Martin Ryder, how you doing? El Terrifico. I got here late. Where is Peter? I'm here. Right, Richard Woolley, hi, how you doing? Crypto Chris, bad signal. Sorry, guys. I'm out and about. It's a great signal in the room, but somebody left me a comment last week and said, if you're going to do live streams from the room, there's no point being in Thailand, which he's got a point. Nick S, Night Market, hey, Peter. No, this is actually Asiatique. I'm going to take a walk right down. You can catch what's behind me. Hopefully the music won't come through because every one of these restaurants and bars has got live music. But if you're ever here, you know, it's not hard to get here, and it's a great, if you're on a date, you know, if you're taking a girl out for an evening, it's brilliant. It's actually on the waterfront. You can't really see a lot at the moment because it's dark. There's a whole lot of shops down there, you know, pretty touristy. Yeah. You can actually go on river cruises down here. I'll do that one week. I'll do the live stream from a boat. Checkbound, hello Peter, everyone. How you doing? Black Boat evening. How are you, sir? And if you just type Asiatique. Now this was all here before December, and it was all closed. A lot of these businesses have gone under, and they haven't returned. But it is slowly getting back to normal. But I think the Thais are quite worried, you know, with what's going on. You know, before they were worried about us. I don't think they're that worried about us now. They're worried about you know who. Michael, how you doing? Michael, where'd you go? Hello, Peter from Southern California. Good to have you in, Michael. Good to see you. Let's have a little look around here. What's that hotel over there? And if you just joined us, I am at Asiatique next to the river. Okay, right, Matt Quinto, is it? Hello, love your news, yeah. Martin, getting back to normal now. The Chinese are free. I didn't want to say that word, Martin, but Danny Olsen, good evening. You're clearly not on 5G. I have got 5G on this phone, but it kicks in 4 and 5 depending on where you are. Now I'm right on the riverfront, so maybe the signal. Right, I might. Yeah, signal's not great. Let me stop here for a while. It's not that noisy. Mind you, there's some music. I'll have a walk somewhere else. Tony 7682. Thanks for that, Tony. Hello, Peter from the Job Fairs Night Market. Yeah, Peter Capshock, another super chat there. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having lunch with you early in the week. Soy 8. I am currently in Hawaii, having a great time. Oh yeah, Peter, how you doing? Um, Peter's a nice guy. He actually took me for lunch, and you know, when somebody takes me for lunch or dinner, I don't like to take the Mickey, so I don't. Peter said, "Oh, go on, have a steak, have an imported steak," which was about 900 baht. But I didn't do it because I feel like I'm taking the piss if I do that. But hi, Peter. Good to have you at the stream, and yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you. Um, yeah, you know. So okay, let's talk about that for a little while because that's what everybody's talking about. Um, it's quite worrying, isn't it? Because you know, I think the Thais are worried because um, what it is, they don't want to be seen as racist against the Chinese, so they're basically making the same rules for everybody. And what they're saying is, you know, what the Thai message is from the government, they're telling the Thais, they're saying, don't panic, we're just bringing in these rules, but don't panic, everything's normal. But, you know, I'm concerned. I've got to go back in a few weeks to hopefully, my house is still ongoing. Hopefully that'll be sorted out. And, you know, what happens if I go back and then the same thing happens like it did, God forbid, 3 years ago, you know, where we thought it was going to last for about 2 months and it ended up lasting for 2 years. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, at the moment, I went onto the Thai government website today. No, sorry, the Thai embassy website today, and all it's saying at the moment, you've heard everybody else say it. All they're saying is that you know, you have to prove that you've had two COVID jabs. That's it. There's no Thailand pass. There's no there's no tests at the airport, anything like that. But you see, the UK are doing it a different way. I looked on the UK's. You do need some. I can't remember what they said you need, but there's different rules for the Chinese coming into the UK. But obviously, the Thais don't want to upset anybody, so they're just making a blanket rule. Christopher Tate, thanks for that. Hi, Peter. Looking forward to another great stream. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the super chat there. I'm quite early today. The reason I'm quite early, I'm not expecting big numbers in this stream today. The reason I'm so early is because I'm going down to Hua Hin in the morning, and because it will take me about half an hour to get home from here. I've got a little bit of work to do on the computer when I get home. So I mean, it's going to be like 1 o'clock, and then I've got to do a load of stuff in the house. You know, it takes 4 hours by minibus to go to Hua Hin. It stops off at Petrobras and also Chatham. So it's, you know, at least 4 hours in the minibus. I don't want to be leaving at 3 in the afternoon and getting down there in the evening. You know, let me have another walk down here. Mark Mark L, yours, exactly. I didn't. Oh, hi, yours. Hi, Boohoo. I didn't see your comment there, yours. Let me try and get that up. Hang on. Yours travels. Don't worry, it's still easy to get in. Yeah. Oh, into Thailand at the moment. But the worrying thing is, if you know, at the moment, it's not really a problem, is it? Because all you got to do is prove that you had two jabs. You know. But what happens if they come here and everybody starts getting infected again? They're not going to just leave it, are they? They're going to start doing other things. And that's what, if I lived here, I wouldn't worry, because a friend of mine said when it was full lockdown, it was very good here. The government handled it very, very well. Um, but, you know, obviously, if you're in England, you can't get here. You know, I've just took a lease out on my apartment and everything. I've got a life here now. I mean, God forbid, if I sell my house and I get stuck in the UK, it's the worst scenario going. Big Lance, taxi 1,500 baht fast. I'll be surprised if you can get a taxi to Hua Hin for 1,500 baht. They're generally charging between 1,800 and 2,000. Okay. Big Lance died suddenly. Watch on Rumble. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who you talk about there. The Undertaker. What if you had vaccines over a year ago? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, this is what I said to somebody today. I said, you know, they're saying you have to prove you've had two vaccines before you come in, but you know, I've actually had four. My last one was literally 2 days before I came. I arrived. I left the UK on the 9th of October, and funny enough, I decided to go and have another jab. So that was my fourth one. So I've had 4 jabs, but I mean, I've been here for 3 months now. So I mean, I'm not infected, but I could have got infected last week, and I could be spreading. I had a mask on earlier, actually. People are still wearing masks. But you know, so it's crazy, isn't it? Yours again. I'm coming April and May, but we'll hold off paying for flights for a month or so. Yeah, there's a few people saying that. People want to see what's going to happen. You know, I mean, but don't forget, it's not all bad news because um, you know, a lot of business in China have also been devastated now, haven't they? Because of the last, like, you know, they've all been under lockdown for months and months and months. People have lost businesses like anywhere else in the world. Can they all, you know, can they afford to come over here on tour groups? We're not talking about the very rich, the elitists, as it were. You're talking about your average Chinese. I mean, they've suffered as much as everybody else, I guess, even more so. Matthew May, how long are you staying back in the UK for, Peter? You know, the thing is, Matthew, I'm going back just to finish off my house. A couple of people have said, well, why bother going back? Just do it all by, you know, sign online and all the rest of it. But, you know, I want to help my family move. I'm not going to just leave them to it. Sci London, pharmaceutical industry baking billions. They are. They are. Uh, is it Motor Wicks? I'm not getting any more shots. I'm not getting any more shots. Fair enough. Kalong Andy, evening Peter. From the you are not from the British ambassador's residence up the river. Go on, knock on his. Oh, I'm near the. Yeah, I'll go knock on his door and say, "What's going on, mate?" Yeah. Mark Hanley just joined. How you doing, Mike? Mark, good to have you in. I'm at Asiatique actually. I'm on the riverfront. You know, if you ever get a date with a nice Thai girl, bring her down here, have a meal, a few drinks. It's a great setting. It's hard to kind of feel it obviously through this, but when you're here, it's really nice, really nice. D San had me fifth vaccination in Korea. Okay, so you're like the bionic woman now, or man. Uh, Mighty Mouse Fund, believe there are still many rich Chinese that can afford to travel. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So I'm talking about, basically, I was talking about the tour groups. You know, the cheap package groups. They're not going to be traveling as much, are they? But um, it's worrying. I'm not overly worried myself. Like I said to you, the Thai government, I think the Thais are worried. I do. Um, you know, and what the message that the Thai government are putting out to the Thais is, you know, don't panic, don't worry. It's not anything to worry about. But that's easy to say, isn't it? Until, you know, it all goes pear shaped. Big Lance, God bless England. Yeah, they're like, look, I lost the signal, but what I was saying there, just as a comparison, after I went on to the Thai embassy, I also went on to the British embassy's website just to see if they're, you know, how they're dealing with it. And what they're saying is, what the British website says, the British embassy, what they're saying is, if you come from anywhere in the world, there's nothing at all, no testing. You don't have to prove anything. You just walk straight in. But they have got different rules for if you hold a mainland Chinese passport. So, you know, they're not sort of worried about it like they are here. Here they just don't want to appear as racist, as it were. So they're giving the same rule for everyone. Thailand found, hello, handsome man. And Peter, sorry, I'm late. Where is he? Where is this handsome man? Can't see him yet. He'll be here soon. Right, another super chat there. Is that CA? Thank you very much for that, mate. I appreciate that. Yours again. Peter, have you been keeping up with the games of pool? I like your WhatsApp pics. Yeah, yeah. Do you know, I met a guy called Jesse out here. He's still here, actually. Nice guy, American guy. And do you remember your last night, Yoz? We went up to, we had we had 30 games of pool, didn't we? Yoz, Steve, his name is. Yoz travels Steve, actually. And on his last night, he had an early morning flight. So I said, well, look, come on, we'll go and play some pool. And we ended up having 30 games. And yeah, it was very good. So there's a guy called Jesse here. If you're watching, Jesse, hi to you. Had a good evening with Jesse playing pool. Yeah, that was a good night as well. But no, you know what? To be honest with you, Steve, I've been kind of staying in a lot. I'm looking forward to going down to Hua Hin tomorrow, just a change of scene. You know, it's getting a bit sort of boring. I really like Hua Hin. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going down for 3 nights, and then I'm gonna. I hope I'm gonna rent a scooter. I'm gonna travel on the scooter from Hua Hin to Chatham, which should take about half an hour. That should be good fun. Right, Andrew Iraq, is it only Thai people who can have property in their name? Yeah, if you can't buy a house on the land, it's the land, you see. You can buy a condo. The official rule is as long as there's 60% Thais in the condo. I'm going to have a walk away from here because there's a live band on there. I'll go back up this way. Yeah, I mean, the official rules is, I don't know if they stick to this strict, but you can't buy a like land or a house outright. I think that's why a lot of guys lose money to Thai girls, because they, they fall in love with these Thai girls, bar girls, whatever, and they think, okay, well, she's a nice girl, I can trust her, and they put the land or whatever in her name, and the next thing it's volume 179 on a Saturday morning. I want to say hi to the guy who say I make up all the stories. You know the stories I tell on a Saturday morning. I had a guy write to me and he said, "Oh, Peter, I don't believe a word of it. You've made these all up." So hi to him. I think at last count was something like 522 stories across 300 videos. So yeah, okay, made them all up. Aussie rules should restrict travellers from China to vax. Oh, hang on. 2 vax negative test PCR required. This is not racist. This is science. Yeah, absolutely. And I do think, because of what's going on, it would make sense to test them when they come through the airport. But I don't know, with the Thais, they don't want to seem to upset them, do they? That's what it sort of boils down to. Maple Wicks, China brewed up a bad variant, then opened the gates. There's all sorts of conspiracy theories going on. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Nino, Malaysia seems to have tighter restrictions. I'm going to Thailand in February, and I'm pretty confident all will go well. Yeah. No name, really, Peter. Are people still saying that jealous bug? Yeah, they do. It's funny, some of the comments, they're comical, really. Yeah, people write in and they say, "Oh, you made all them stories up." I mean, there's a lot of stories, aren't there? There was quite a bit of controversy on the second story from last Saturday. The guy who said he was in the SAS and he'd been specially trained. He was a cop in London and all this. I'm not saying this, just a lot of people were kind of, they weren't sure about that one. Spirit Travels. I had my vaccines like a year back. Will this suffice for infant? Yeah, I guess so. They haven't said you've got to have had it in the last 6 months or 3 months or anything like that. What they're saying is you've got to have proof that you've had at least 2 vaccines. So if you've had them a year ago or 6 months ago, then yeah, you've had them, haven't you? You just need proof. Punjab Pripper again. No bar ladies in Horhan. Well, we'll find out tomorrow, because when I was last there, you had Soy 80, you had Soy Bintabar. There were plenty of bars and plenty of ladies in those bars. I can't believe there's no females in any bars in Hua Hin. I'll find out. I'm actually planning to do a live stream from Hua Hin or Chatham. I'm doing it every Sunday at the moment here. It's a bit earlier tonight, hence not so many numbers in. But when I'm there, I'll go out and about and I'll do one in Hua Hin. I'll do a live stream. I'll sit in a bar and have a few beers or something like that. Yours, 100%. They are just scared of Chinese. It's crazy. They want to just come across as if they are treating everyone the same. Do the Chinese spend more money than all nations? Well, believe it or not, Steve, the Chinese are actually the biggest tourist group, or they were, that come to Thailand. I know you wouldn't think it. You'd think it's kind of like Australians or Americans or something, all combined, yeah? Europeans, but it's not. The Chinese are the biggest number of visitors to Thailand, the biggest spenders, actually. Right, Kev12364. I had the vaccination 2 years ago, had 3 going to take 4 before I come to Thailand this month. Well, you don't have to take a 4th one unless you think it's going to do you some good. That's fair enough. Like I say, I had my 4th one a while ago. Just get the sign in the background there. You can see where I am. Very busy down here. It'd be a shame, really, because it's taken 3 years for it all to come back. And it is nearly normal now. There's some businesses, unfortunately, that will never recover. They've gone totally out of business. And, some have pulled through. These bars down here, they were all busy earlier on. What's the time? It's 10:20 at night here in Bangkok. So it's still quite busy. I'd like to go down, sit in one and have a beer. I'm not worried about people, but it's just the music. Every bar's playing music. From this distance, you might not pick it up. Paul Hoskins, Fred Flintstone, go yabba dabba. Actually, Peter and I had a little chuckle about you, Paul, because he did pick up on your jokes. He said, "Oh, Paul Hoskins' jokes are really corny." I said, "Yeah, but he's harmless." Right, check down. I think the second vaccine was valid for 9 months. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Matt, before I come back, I'm going to have to check out what I'm hoping. This is best case scenario. What I'm hoping, right? I'm hoping that I'm not going back for at least 6-7 weeks, something like that. Okay, and I'm hoping there's a bit of a panic on at the moment. I'm hoping when they come in, people don't get infected. Not as many come in as they think are going to come in. and it dies down and they think, okay, fair enough, we can put it back to normal. That's what I'm hoping for. But of course, it could go the other way, which is a worst case scenario. Brian Smith, good day, Peter. Let's hope common sense prevails. Absolutely, absolutely. So if the Chinese cause a huge surge in COVID, Thailand won't blame them. Well, I think they're just trying to be diplomatic. No. I'll tell you what. The other thing about here now, if you were coming out here now, it's normally when you're out in the evening in Thailand, you're sweating. It's really hot. You get all sticky. It's really nice at the moment. Actually, it's this. Obviously being high season, this is the coolest time of the year, and it's actually quite pleasant. It's really nice out here. I mean, I'm not sweating. I don't feel overheated. It's lovely, lovely. You see behind me there. I definitely recommend a visit down here, even if you're by yourself. It's really good. Have a beer and a meal down here. Aussie Rules, China tourists do spend money in Thailand. It's wrong to think they don't. They are the biggest buyers of property and spenders at my retail and food outlets in Central MBK. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I said. They're the biggest. The Chinese are the biggest tourist group that come out to Thailand. And there's a lot of Chinese millionaires. Lots. Not, it's a massive country, isn't it? GL, they're not defining fully vaccinated, which varies in countries. They only require 2 shots, which is what I said, yeah, 2 shots, no matter when you got it, and there is a chart for a reference. Okay, so, but that's today, isn't it? What about tomorrow? What about next week? What about after the 9th? It could all change, couldn't it? Andrew Iraq, is it? Do you live there, or are you just visiting? Both, actually, Andrew, because I'm going to live out here full time. I've come out now, and I've got my apartment. I've taken out a 1-year lease on a nice apartment around Sukhumvit, and I've only just got to go back because I'm selling my house, and I've got to go back and tie up loose ends. I've got some personal items I want to bring out here, and anything that we don't want, my wife and I, anything we don't want, then obviously I've got to put a skip on the drive and basically throw it. I mean, that's the only thing I can do. So I do need to go back. So in answer to your question, both. I do live here full time now. I've got a long-term visa, and but I will be going back. Tony Watson, what? Oh, I missed that. Hang on. Tony Watson, what if the girl only wants 1 shot? Oh, well, there you go. Peter Capsuk, took a minibus from Megabaya bus station in Bangkok to Hue, and it cost me about 400 baht and took 4 hours. The bus ride was very smooth and pleasant. Okay, so I think you overpaid there, Peter, on the minibus, because I looked up the prices today. What happens? The actual official price on the minibuses from Megabaya is 230 baht. That's what you should be paying. But you weren't ripped off. What it is, there's a lot of third-party companies, so it's very easy when you go online. It's like book a minibus, and you think, okay, this is legit. You book it, and it's all legit, but they put their little bit on top of it. And the reason you paid 400 is because you probably went through a middleman. They also the blue buses. I prefer the big blue buses. The little vans are just they scare me a little bit. Some of the drivers are a bit mad how they drive, but the problem is the blue bus doesn't go from Edgamaya to Hua Hin. You have to go to the southern terminal, which is around here. It's right on the other side of Bangkok. And then the other thing is the blue buses, they stop just after Hua Hin Airport, and Hua Hin Airport is quite a way out. I'm going to be staying in Soi 94. The minibus drops off at Soi 51, so it's quite close. But if you're still down there, Peter, we should hook up. I mean, I'm down there tomorrow. I'll be out tomorrow evening. Give me a shout. We'll have a beer maybe. Oh, you don't drink, do you? Christopher Tate, what's going to happen to Benji when you eat? My daughter's going to have Benji. Right, Andrew. Right, our new home in, is it Nonthaburi? I think we'll be there more. We retire. Scotland is great, but I prefer Thai climate. Do you know, there's nothing I miss about the UK. I've been out here now. I came out on the 9th of November. So what's that? October, November, December, January. Yeah, it's about 3 months, isn't it? I don't miss anything. I miss Benji. That's about it. But no, it's there's life here, isn't there? Yeah, Steve, taxi to Hua Hin now 2,000 to 2,500. I don't think 1,500 exists. Yeah, I don't like to argue with people, but that's what I was thinking. I'm going to move away from it because there's a queue. There's a queue gathering here now. I think they're getting on a boat. Yeah, they are getting on one of these boats behind me there. Look. If you have a look, that's going up the river. And if you look here, there's actually a queue. I don't know where they're from. a lot of Asian tourists here, you know, from different Asian countries. I've picked up a couple of Indonesians talking. Haven't heard any Chinese tonight. Um, okay, Keith Smith. Good evening, Peter. Just to comment on your looking good. I think you have settled in well with your new life. Thank you for that. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what it is. I'm not so stressed. Hang on. Let me get away from it. I'm not so stressed. You know, when I'm at home, I'm under a lot of pressure. You know, I don't know any. All my friends are out here, and I don't really have any friends in the UK now anymore because I was away for so long. You know, when you're in Europe, it's very difficult to make new friends, isn't it? And I was out here for a long time, so I lost touch with everybody. I was under a lot of stress in the UK, and you know, it's all gone out here. It's all gone. You know, I'm just by myself. I can do what I want when I want, and it's nice. And yeah, the only thing is, I think I put a bit of weight on. You know, I've started exercising. I go, God, where's that music coming from? It's everywhere. I've picked the right place tonight, haven't I? Right. Crypto Chris, Soy 94 is where I usually go. It's a good soy, Crypto Chris. It's you're close to the market village, which is great. It's close to the big outdoor food court. You've got that new complex of bars. I won't tell you where I'm staying, just in case there's some like nutter watching. Right, Andrew again. The only thing for us. That was a long signal dropout, wasn't it? I'm not going to walk there anymore. I know where the signal drops out. As long as I stay where these bars are, I'm okay. Yeah, Mark, I know. It froze. I know. Thank you. Yeah, it will do. It will do. This is the thing. When you're out and about, it's I have got 5G, but unfortunately, it doesn't always go off 4G. Right. I'll go back down there when that boat goes. That was quite a nice little spot. Um, Dog. Yeah. Okay. Let's not talk about it freezing anymore. Now you're back. Yeah. Matthew May, he's back. You know, Sheila's here, don't you? I'm hoping to do a live stream with Sheila. I have been in contact with her, but she's her girlfriend is doing a lot of exams at the moment, and she's kind of doing the cooking and everything. So hopefully we can get Sheila on one week. Um, okay, so if you just joined me, good evening. Thanks for joining the stream. I'm actually at Asiatique at the riverfront. Nearly tripped over a dog. It's real nice down here, actually. I should come down and do a bit of filming in the daytime, show you what's down here. Okay, let's stay here for a while because it's the signal's pretty good, right? Matthew May, he's back, yeah. Okay. So, you know, I spoke to a few people, and some people in the UK who were planning to come out. I've said, look, I'm not going to buy any tickets just now because I'm worried what's going to happen. I think we'll know quite quick. I think it will take about 2 weeks. You know, they're letting them out on the 9th of January, and I really think by 1 week to 2 weeks, I think we'll know what's going to happen, if it's going to get worse or better, or it's a non you know, nothing to worry about, as it were. Jan, what part of Thailand are you in? I was in Thailand 2016, but couldn't go down south due to extreme flooding, so I went Chiang Mai. Yeah, there was bad flooding here this year. It's all finished now. I haven't seen rain for about a month now. I'm in Bangkok, central Bangkok. I live in Bangkok. I live just off Sukhumvit. Martin Ryder will blow over by Easter. I hope so, Martin. I really hope so. Like I say, if I wasn't having to go back to sort my house out, I wouldn't be worried about it, really. Let me go over here. Saji, are you in Hua Hin right now? I'm in Hua Hin tomorrow night, Saji. I'm traveling down lunchtime, so it won't be a long one tonight. Remember that famous line? I haven't said that for a while. It won't be a long one tonight. It really won't. It'd be interesting to see how long this stream lasts on YouTube. You know that Christmas video I put out, the one where it was like an elf. Somebody helped me with that. A couple of guys helped me with that. YouTube penalised me for it. They said it was copyrighted, and yeah, I've had to delete it, unfortunately. Right. Okay. That's quite nice here. The ship's gone. Okay. Um, right. Andrew Irok. The tickets for us this time from Glasgow on Emirates double the normal price. Book well in advance. Well, it's high season, Andrew. So I spoke to somebody about this here the other day. They said, "Oh, the tickets are really going through the roof now. You know, more than £1,000 on Thai Airways." Uh, Somebody I know has done it quite a clever way. What they've done, instead of coming directly here or going through the Middle East, what they've done, they've booked a ticket to Vietnam, and then they're going to go from Vietnam to Bangkok, which is about 3 hours. And apparently they got a good price doing it that way. That might be another option. Um, right, Eric. They celebrate Chinese New Year for 2 weeks from 22nd of January, and that's when Chinese people travel the most. Oh, well, yeah, well, we'll know, won't we? But, you know, do you go? They're not everywhere. Are you going to go to the same places they go? Because when they come in the groups and stuff, they tend to stick together, don't they? They go out for the tour groups, take them out to big restaurants, you know, big seafood restaurants. You see them in Pattaya all going out on the boats very, very early in the morning. You don't necessarily see them walking around Nana Plaza and Soy Cowboy and up and down Sukhumvit, you know. Um, Martin Ryder, Austrian Airlines, London Heathrow, Bangkok 390 in September. Yeah, well, September's the hottest month of the year, Martin. I'm not surprised. Um, yeah, just say hi to Damon there, and I'm going to say hi also to Franco, two moderators in tonight. Um, and you were asking me if I was making it up or if it was true that somebody actually said, "Did I?" Yeah, somebody did say to me that I made all the stories up. You know, the Saturday morning stories. Funny, isn't it? Um, okay. Uh, right, no strings. I hope those that haven't been bothered to get back are stung by this. Well, you can still come in if you're not. I wouldn't quite put it like that. No strings. But the thing is, what the Thai government is saying, if you haven't been vaxxed, you can still come in, but it's not as smooth as if you can prove that you've had 2 vaccinations. I looked on the Thai embassy's website today, but I forget what it was. I was actually going to put out one of those videos. You know, that everybody's done them. Everybody, from the Pattaya News to that girl, I forget her name. Um, but everybody's done videos about the new rules in Thailand. And I was going to do one, and I felt a bit guilty actually. I thought, well, I've got a channel called Thailand Bound, and I haven't done one. But then when I seen how many there were out there, I thought, nah, people just don't need another video, do they? Check Bound. Oh, you're saying hi to Franco? Yeah. GL Bangkok in December and January. Weather is really nice. Well, this is why it's high season, and this is why the tickets are so expensive this time of year, because it is very cool now. You know, you can see. You just looking at me, you know, I'm not sweating at all. I've got my man bag with me tonight, carrying my bits and pieces. That's something that never caught on in the UK. Is if you wear here, you can get away with these bags, and they're great. You can put all your water and everything inside them. But you walk, you walk where I live. You walk through town with one of these, and you'll last about 5 minutes. Right. Manuel Alio, is it? I want to get a lot of aerobics done. Well, you better get here then, yeah? Martin Ryder, it's hot, damn hot, and when it rains, it's hot and wet. Well, I think you've heard me mention this before, Martin, that Bangkok is actually classed as the hottest city in the world. And the reason for that is because at night it doesn't cool down. You know, I mean, a lot of hot countries, a lot of hot cities around the world, they do cool down at night, but Bangkok never does. It's only this time of year that it's cool for about 6 weeks, which is why it becomes high season. Everybody likes to come out here. Oh, I love it when it's like this. Franco, you think that the Thai heart might go up? The Thai baht, yeah, the Thai baht's taking the UK pound's taking a little bit of a beating at the moment. It was nearly 43 a few weeks ago, and I looked at it yesterday. I don't know what it is today, but I looked at it yesterday, and it was 40 baht and a few satang. If you're on your computer, have a quick look, stick it up here, and we'll find out what it is today. Rick K, have you found Jack Spa on the Char Waterfront yet? Best for a few. Where are we? Best for a few beers, authentic. No, I haven't really looked at. I haven't really looked for any bars or anything. I've just come down here tonight because I didn't want to do an in-room video, because somebody said to me, Peter, if you're only going to do videos in the room, what's the point in being in Bangkok? Which he's got a point. But on the other hand, I do like doing the room videos because we can do the competitions, and I can get into the comments a lot more. It's quite difficult holding a selfie stick for an hour and a half. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do half outside and half in the room. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing streams in the room. I was watching somebody yesterday who had over 400 and he was sat in a hotel room. Okay, Paul Hoskin again. I walked through town with a pink bag. Very nice, Paul. Very nice. Good, good luck to you. Gorgeous Thailand. 40. Oh, okay. Thank you. You're saying that it's 40 baht and 70 satang. Okay, that's good. That's good. Not too bad. For me, as long as it doesn't drop under 40, I'm okay, you know. Let's have a look at these bars behind me there. Right, Damien. Bangkok doesn't cool down in the evening because of the high buildings. The buildings become storage radiators at night and heat up. Yeah, yeah, true. But it's. I'm not going to go too far there because the signal went when I went down there last time. No, but it is cooler this time of year, Damien. I mean, I can definitely tell. I remember when I was here last December, it started to get hot again about the third week of January, and I noticed a big difference by the end of January. So what are we now? We're only the 8th today, aren't we? So I reckon another 2 weeks it'll start to warm up again. Um, right, no string says 40 baht and 90 satang. Okay, that's to the pound. So I don't know. The dollar's quite strong at the moment, is it? I think it was 37 baht to the dollar the last time I looked. That was the US dollar. Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward. I am looking forward to Hua Hin tomorrow. If you haven't been to Hua Hin, what I plan to do, I'm going to go down. Tomorrow's Monday, isn't it? So I'm going to be in Hua Hin Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and if all goes to plan, I'm going to rent a motorcycle, well, a small scooter, and I plan to. It's 26 kilometers to Chatham. It's a straight road. I plan to go there. I've got a nice backpack, so I can put all my bits and pieces in there, and I want to do one night. It's not worth staying longer than one night in Chatham because there's not a lot there, to be honest with you. It's got a brilliant, beautiful beach, but other than that, there's some nice restaurants and a few hotels and things, but one night will be enough for me. Um, right, no strings. I think China infections have peaked, so hopefully things get better. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to be doom and gloom, isn't it? But let's keep a positive outlook on it. Hopefully everything will be okay. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind a beer, actually, but there's nowhere to sit. Every bar along here's got a bloody live band in it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have a walk. I don't want if my signal goes, stick with it, guys. Um, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a walk to the front and back here again, just to show you what's here if you haven't been here before. There's some very, very touristy shops here. A lot of the time when I'm doing this, people say that the music doesn't actually come through. I'd be interested to know if you're picking up the music. Oh my God. It really pisses me off when I lose a picture like that. I'm not going to move around too much. I was going to show you all the shops over there, but obviously the signal's hit and miss here. So if I stay around here, I should be okay. Uh, yeah, Martin Ryder, come back. I'm back. Louis Leisure, come back. CT, Water and the Daisies. Robert Bronson, Vampire Girl, finally got him. Yeah, well, they were quite long outages, weren't they? Right, Lester Paul says live music is okay. It's recorded music gets YouTube's blocked up royalty. That Paul, that isn't true, mate. Honestly, I've been out and about, and a Thai band has been doing a cover song. I think it was Hotel California. And I was standing. This was last year. I was standing outside a bar, and Hotel California came on by a Thai band. They were just doing a cover number, and it got copyrighted by YouTube. So, any sort of song that is copyrighted, it doesn't matter who sings it. Richard Woolley says reggae vibes is definitely falling. Was 35, so not long ago. Okay. John Maher, I thought you'd been grabbed by a ladyboy. There isn't a lot of ladyboys down. I haven't seen any ladyboys down here. Oh, just a bit of a warning, guys. If you're into, I'll have to stop saying guys. If you're into your gold, you know, if you wear golds, the guy I was telling you about earlier, Jesse, who I was playing pool with the other night, he showed me the footage. A ladyboy got his gold chain, and it was really sad because it was only 14 carat, but it was a sentimental value of it because his what it was, his dad gave him that chain, or his grandmother, or something like that. And you see the footage. He's going into an underground underneath the Nana Hotel. God, it's so loud here. He's going underneath the Nana Hotel. There's a car park there, and the ladyboy comes up. And he's like, "No, I'm going to bed." And it's so you see, you actually see the theft. She puts her hands around his neck and kind of undoes it from the back, and he doesn't feel a thing, you know. And she got it. He went to the police, and they were kind of like, "Oh well." Right, Saji. So for all the waterfront, you're coming through loud and clear. The live bands are not an issue. Okay, that's good. That's good news. But I'm a bit disappointed I can't go anywhere. I wanted to wander all around here and show you what's here, but it seems like this is the only place I've got a decent signal. So we'll stay here for a while. Right, Steve, they shouldn't copyright a Thai band. They can never pronounce the words. True, true. I think what it is, there's nobody sitting in YouTube listening to every single video that goes up. There's something like, really interesting, there's something like 80 years of video gets uploaded to YouTube every minute. Meaning to say, in 1 minute, it would take you 80 years to watch all the videos that were put up in a minute on YouTube. Unbelievable. Right, Andrew Irok, that found I always hear that Murray Head song in my own head whenever I'm, yeah, I know, yeah. There's a remix of that. There's some girls dancing on a room, some sexy girls. I don't know if you've seen that one. No name, Filipino band, then he has to take cover, okay? Just say hi to, is it Pierre Leon? Hi, Peter, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thank you very much. Thailand fan, weeks in Thailand, and I never heard Murray Head and the Eagles. Oh, you know what? For a time in Pattaya, back maybe 20 years ago, every single bar that had a live band, it was Hotel California by the Eagles. And, you know, it used to get on my nerves. I mean, it's a great song, great band, but when you hear it every sort of few minutes. Right, Reggae Vibes. Richard, yes, I've been watching. It is probably going to go down more to, unfortunately, but I have also heard countries have started buying up dollars, so it could get stronger. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, like I said, for me personally, the pound, if it stays above 40, I'm quite okay with it. But I remember when I was here 3 years ago with my wife, I changed up and I was getting 36 baht to the pound. You know, that's really low. Jan Mez, what equipment do you use to broadcast? Just your mobile phone and wide headbuds? No, I've got. I'm using a CGI. What do you call it? Like a kind of gizmo thing here. They've got an official name. I forget what they're called. But it's a CGI. I've got a DJI mini camera. You know, with a head that swirls at the top. I've got a GoPro 10. I use a Samsung S21. What else? And I've got various headsets and stuff. You're always buying stuff and trying it out, you know. When I'm in the room now, I'm going to wear one of these, like I did last week. The sound was excellent. When I finished the stream, I went and listened to the difference between this one. This is great when I'm out and about because it's convenient. But the headset is really, really clear. I could tell the difference as soon as I put it on. Andrew, where would you suggest is the best place to exchange pounds or Thai baht? Super Rich. They've got an outlet on Soy. If you take the train to, where did I go the other day? Oh, it was only Egermeyer. Yeah, the BTS station at no, it wasn't Egermeyer, it's Asok. If you go to the basement of Terminal 1's got a Super Rich, and also the BTS station at Asok, they give you the best rate. And I know they give the best rate because there was a queue, right? And you don't see big queues outside exchange booths, but there was one outside Super Rich at the BTS station, and they were giving, yesterday, they were giving something like 40 baht and 70 satang, or 76 satang. And just out of interest, I looked at some standalone change booths that weren't Super Rich, and they were 40, dead on, smack on 40. So it was only 70 satang, but then if you change up £1,000, you'd notice it, wouldn't you? GL, beautiful through there are some rich baked, super rich. Yeah, it's like in Pattaya. Pattaya. There's a brand of change booths called TT, and they give the best rate. And there you find several of them on soy bacao. But you know the Thais, they want to get in on the act. So what they do, they make the booth look the same, and they'll call it, if the official one's called TP, they'll call it IP or PT or something. And when you go buying a motorbike, you look quick, you think it's one of them, so you have to be careful. Go to the real one. Paul, what was the first song you ever heard the first time you went to Thailand? Oh, God's sake, Paul. I'll tell you what, one of the early ones, I don't know if it was the very first one, but what used to be massive here years ago was, do you remember, what was the name of the band? The Australian band called Men at Work, Down Under. That was really big out here. And Hotel California, of course, always been massive. Martin Ryder, Every Satang Counts, okay? Okay. And if you just joined me tonight, you're wondering where I am. I'm at Asiatique. It's on the waterfront. And it's a great place to come for a beer or have a meal with somebody, especially if you're on a date or something like that. And you can actually take boats here. I'm going to look into this next time. Maybe I'll take a boat up the river in the daytime. But it's no good doing a stream for you guys, because it'll be like the middle of the night for you. Happy. Paul Hoskins, Phil Collins, Take a Look at Me Now. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Damien Yoz, he's done very well. Okay. Paul Hoskins again. Ring. Oh, I've lost you, Paul. Hang on. Ring the Bart, Satong. Okay. GL, if you go to Thailand often, better to open a bank account, even with a tourist visa. It is nice to have a bank account. I'm with Bangkok Bank now. I've got my long-term visa, and it's so much more convenient being able to go to an ATM than having to take cash and go to a change booth all the time. Nologs 2. This is an updated daily website of all banks in Thailand's currency rates. All right. By Martin Ryder again. Black Eyed Peas. What's that called? Oh, it's gone. Sorry. Sean Jens, Zombie Cranberries, Country Roads. That was another massive one. Everywhere you went, your Country Roads Take Me Home. That was another one that used to get on my nerves. I never really liked John Denver. Right, let me see if I can grab a seat here. There's a seat become available. Mind you, quite loud. I'd like to go and have a beer somewhere. Let me see if I can. The cafe behind me there. I could sit in there and have a beer, but the music's so loud in there. Oh well. Right, Robert Bronson. I've heard Smoke on the Water at a time. I say, yeah, it's another big one. It depends what sort of band it is, There are some good bands in Thailand, some really good bands. I'll tell you where there's a good band, where I play pool, probably once or twice a week. I go to a place called the Swan Inn. It's on Soi 4. It's just after, it's not a road, it's an alley. It's called 6. So if you're walking past Nana, go straight down and you'll come to another road. It's called 6, not Soi 6, just alley 6. And then just after there, there's Swan 1, which is a big restaurant, which is good. And then you've got the Swan 2. Well, in Swan 2, they have a live band. They don't start till about 9 o'clock, but they're really, really good. John Mill, yes, Chili Peppers. Paul Hoskin, amazing. I can't remember the first song I heard. Right, Lester Paul, Sweet Caroline seems to be the anthem everywhere these days. Is it? I'm not sure. I haven't heard that one since I've been out here. Happy. John Dever wasn't very good at Airfix. That's not very nice. Right, GL, I have a list of perfect songs for Thailand. Billy Joe, She's Always a Bar Woman, is one of them. Yeah, okay. All right. What are airfares running at the moment? Because somebody told me the airfares are like really expensive right now. Somebody said I've got a bad habit as well. When I'm on a stream, I'm always looking around like this. Can't help it, Always be inquisitive. Right, Damien again. Peter, if I remember right, didn't Keel whop your ass at Paul in the Swan Inn? No, I think it's the other way around, Damien. No, I don't think she beat me, did she? No, I think she lost. She definitely lost. Not sure. Can't remember. Right. John Mill says yes, the Chili Peppers. Steve, yes, Zombie was played every night in Krabi over and over. Okay, still playing that, are they? William01, is California not the Red Hot Chili Pepper? All right, we're not going to get into a music quiz right now. Right, Thailand fan, flying Thai, 7th of February, 1070. That direct. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I actually paid when I got my let's have a walk. When I got my ticket when I came out here originally, I booked it for the 9th of November, and I was going to come back sort of middle of November. I was only coming out for just under a month, and I paid exactly 700 and I think it was one. But you know what? I've changed the ticket 3 times now, and I don't know what I've paid altogether, because the first time I changed it, it was because I changed it to December. I was going to come back in December. Um, Damien, I don't know if you noticed that, and Frankel there, the flags and what have you. Yeah, so I changed it to December, and because that's high season, they charged me £300. That's 12,000 baht on top of the. So the ticket was originally 705. Then they charged me 300. So what's that? That's 1,000 already, over 1,000. And then I changed it again for January the 15th. And then my friend Simon says to me, "Why go back in January if your house is still going through? You might as well start it to the end of February." So then I changed it again, and I've just paid. I think I've paid about 1,500 quid altogether, because I've changed it so many times. Right, Black Boat, Hotel California is the Eagles. Yeah, absolutely. Right, I'm going to give you a really good tip about flying now. You might know this already, right? But this is what I do. So, you know, you've got economy, haven't you? And you've got economy upgrade, which is a slightly bigger seat. There's 2 across instead of 3 across, okay? But you're going to pay about, if the ticket's 700 in economy, you're going to pay something like 1,200, 1,300 for economy upgrade, right? So it's quite a big difference. So I'll tell you what I do, and it's a good little tip for you, right? You know, when you go into economy, if you sit near the fire door, Thai Airways actually charge you £78 to sit there. Now, being economy, nobody wants to pay. So what happens with Thai, when you book your flight, you can actually go in there and pick your seat. Now, what everybody does, they go straight to that bulkhead seat, because you can stretch your feet all the way out, right? And they click it, and a box comes up and says, "You'll be charged £78. So most people will go, "Oh, I don't want to pay that." And they'll go get a window seat or an aisle seat. But what I do, I actually pay for it. And the reason I pay for it is because if you have economy upgrade, you're going to pay like £400-500 more for the ticket. Whereas if you've got economy and you do the bulkhead, God, I can't hear it. If you do that bulkhead seat like I do, then you know, for £78, you've got a great seat. You know, I normally take the middle one there. I can stretch my legs right out, and that's a really good tip. So, you know, everybody wants to go on the cheap, but you know, pay that extra 78 quid and, you know, have a bit of comfort in your life, you know, rather than pay 400-500 quid for economy upgrade. Right. Okay, let's see. Get some of these older, and that does work. That's really good. And most people in economy, they won't pay it, so them seats are always free. You know, because people click on them. Oh, I'm not going to pay that. I always pay it. GL, coming from North America is brutal. Only direct flight to Bangkok from Vancouver. Yeah, I know. I've said it on the stream quite a few times. If you're American, it's a hell of a journey to get to Bangkok. We're lucky in the UK. Richard Harris. All right, we're still doing songs, all right. Yours, Travis. Loads of Emirates flights. Bangkok 2-hour stop, 800 to 875. Loads of dates available. Yeah, that's a good price, Steve, but not everybody likes to stop off. I don't like to stop off because I do night flights. And what I do, I go into the bar at the airport. I'll have 2 or 3 beers. I'll go on board. You know, they give you another beer. Snack comes round. The dinner comes round, and I'm out like, you know, and then I normally wake up when they're serving breakfast. But I know other people who swear by it. You know, they say, well, I do 6 hours to Dubai. I get out and stretch my legs for a couple of hours, and I do another 6 hours. So they like it. No logs too. I'm one of those who look and see the price for the bulkhead seat and run away, laugh at it. Yeah, most people do, because you know, if you're going economy, if you had the money to go business or first class, if you were rich, you would, wouldn't you? But most people are, you know, when they're in economy, they want to go on the cheap and they won't pay the extra. But my point is, okay, I'm not wasting money, but you know, I pay £78, right? And I've got a brilliant seat. Everyone's crushed in like sardines, you know, and I'm stretching my legs out. And the thing is, the galley's there, so you can get up and get a snack, and the toilet's there as well. The toilet's not too close, but you know, if you want to go to the toilet and someone comes out, it's like bang, you stand up and you're in, aren't you? Right. Right, Franco, Damien. But if we miss him, you know who's going to the moan. Okay, I don't know what you mean there, Franco. Let's have a look. Yeah, me, I'm going to moan Franco. Right, check behind. Always ask if there is a chance of an upgrade and can they put me on the wait list. Helps if you have an account for collecting points with the airline. Yeah, I mean, if you're a member and you've got a card with the airline, then yeah, they hopefully they will give you preferential treatment. But you know, I mean, realistically, if you go on 20 flights and 20 times you say, "Can you upgrade me?" You're lucky if you get it once. You know, everybody asks for an upgrade, don't they? But to pay that 78 to get that bulkhead seat, it's guaranteed near enough. I've never not been able to get that. Probably thinking about it now is bad. I shouldn't have said anything, should I? Because what will happen when I come back, want to book the bulkhead seat and they'll all be taken. Um, right, no strings. Makes me laugh on Thai Air when the cheap Charlies asked to move to the good seats. Hang on, where are we? Move to the good seats after takeoff. Staff always tell them no way unless you pay. You know what? I've been flying for the best part of probably 30 odd, more than 30 years now, and I can still remember being on many flights where once it took off, you could get the whole row, 4 seats, you know, or there was nobody next to you. But now you don't get empty flights. They won't fly the aircraft half empty. It's very rare now. And in those days, I'm talking about the late 80s when I started flying, mid 80s, late 80s. Many times you'd look, you know, they're on the runway, and you'd look around, you'd spot 4 over there. It'd take off, and you just dive over there, put the center rest up. It was like a bed, you know. I had many flights where I remember I went to Africa. I had a job in Zaire. I don't know if it's still called that. In West Africa, Kinshasa at the time, and that was an empty flight, and I managed to sleep. I also, do you remember? I don't smoke now, but do you remember smoking on airplanes? They had ashtrays. I always used to feel sorry for the people in the seat who were non-smokers, just in front of you got the smoker, then the non-smoker. You know, that one seat must have been awful for them. Now I don't smoke. I know what it's like. Um, right, Christopher Tate, how much is a first class ticket to Thailand? I'm guessing now. It's got to be. I mean, they were quoting for business class. They were quoting, what was it? 2,500, 3,000. It's got to be. I don't know. Does anybody know? If you know if you've looked at first class and you know how much it is, let us know. Because I don't know. I'd guess and say £4,000, but I'm probably absolutely wrong. Right, Damien, Peter, the toilet is the best place. Lots of leg room, yeah, but yeah, they won't leave you alone in there very long. Right, more than like I've been asked by the stewardess if I'd rather sit in a nicer seat after takeoff. Could have been the people around me complaining though. Yeah, I actually had that once as well. I had on a Thai airline flight. It wasn't so long ago. I was sitting behind the bulkhead seat, and I was just lucky because I hadn't bought the bulkhead seat that time. And the Thai steward come up to me and he said, "Oh, would you like to sit here, sir? The seat's empty." And he actually put me in there for free. Very rare. Right, Punjabi pre-part. If you move seats and the plane crashes, they can't identify the body. Well, I don't think you're worrying, would you? If you're not here anymore, it doesn't matter. My wife said to me years ago, like she said, "Peter, when you die, do you want to be cremated or do you want to be buried?" I said, "I'm not bothered. I'm dead. It doesn't matter, does it? Pick me up and put me in the back of in one of the bins in the co-op." Right, Steve again. Yes, if a flight has it sold more than 50% of seats, they try to pull the flight. Yeah, it's so expensive now for them because it's not only the fuel, they've got the landing fees. Somebody told me each time an aircraft lands in Heathrow, the landing fee is something like £2,500. I don't know if that's true or not. Robert Bronson, US dollar from Miami to Bangkok last month. Oh, 5,500. Was that first class though, Robert? Shinrana, how you doing? Thanks for your messages. First class on Emirates, £10,000. Jesus. Reggae vibes. To fly first class from New York to Chicago to Dubai to Thailand was 9,000 US dollars when I got a ticket a few months ago. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Martin Ryder, will your ashes be scattered over Nana Plaza? Probably Soy Cowboy these days. I'm not really keen on Nana Plaza anymore. Robert Bronson, business class. Kev 12364, reading that. I need to wear a mask now and tie. Yeah. What they've said, we're getting back to this one again now. Just a quick one from Damien. If the plane crashes, you will look like a pork scratching, so it doesn't matter. Absolutely, David. Yeah. Where were we talking about these new rules that are coming in? No, what the Thai government have said, they haven't said you must wear a mask on every flight that comes into Thailand. What they've said is they're going to liaise with the airlines and they're going to advise the airlines to ask not demand, ask everybody to wear a mask. But it's like Damien said, when he flew here in, he was here a month or so ago. Time flies. It's probably more than that actually. But he said, they were supposed to wear masks, and what happened is within a few minutes on the airplane, everybody had them hanging off their ears. I've got one because there's quite a few people wear masks here, but obviously I can't do a stream with a mask on, so it doesn't matter here. I tell you what, it's thinning out here. It's thinning out. Look behind me. Look, it was packed an hour ago. Yeah, I mean, getting back to those flights, the only thing I'd say, I mean, the sort of people who fly first class, they don't generally pay for it out of their own pocket anyway, unless they're absolutely successful and filthy rich. A lot of the people, they have companies, they own the company, so they can put it through as a business expense. So rather than give it to the tax man, rather than flying you know this anyway, right? I'm not teaching anybody anything, but rather than give it to the tax man, if they fly first class, and that's a business expense, so it makes sense either you go first class or you give it to the tax man. I know what I'd do. No strings. Safest place on a flight is in the black box, where they don't find them all the time, do they? Right, contour masks are a waste of time. Yeah, we know that, but the thing is, you've got to do what they want, haven't you? What they ask you. Right, Kev. I paid 980 baht on a Thai London to Bangkok. Yeah, I mean, the most expensive economy seat I ever had once was when I had a row with my missus years ago, and the only flight I could get economy with Eva Air was £1,700. And I said to my friend Simon, I said, I'm not paying that, it's too much. He was like, just come out here, and I thought, sod it, and I did. I paid it, but I don't think I'd do it again. David Leanne, I cannot hear the music. It's actually dying down now. If it goes right down, I'm going to have a quick beer somewhere. Damien, no strings. I love a black box, if you know what I mean. Damien, you filthy swine. No, I think the band stopped already. I'm just going to have a look in here because I might go in one of these cafes and have a beer. Because one thing I've noticed the bands finish quite early these days. They might be on a break. That's the only thing. I order a beer, sit down to drink it, and yeah, I think I'll go and have a beer. Is there any recorded music? Yeah, that's got piped through music there, so I'm not going to do anything there. Obviously not there. Not because of copyrighted music, it's Thai music, but the thing is, I won't be able to hear. You won't be able to hear me. I'm not reading out any of them comments, no name. Right, Pup Master 1 October, London to Bangkok, Eva direct flight 466. Yeah, that's quite cheap actually. I don't think I'm going to get a beer tonight. Maybe later. Anyway, I'll have a beer tomorrow night in Hua Hin. I'll do a live stream. I'll try and find a nice bar to sit in, like a bar restaurant. And what I'll do, the next live stream I do from Hua Hin, I won't do it at this time because it's a bit inconvenient for people in the UK. Oh my God, it started up again. What I'll do, I'll do it at midnight in Thailand, and that'll be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 o'clock in the UK. So like on a Wednesday or something. But people are working, that's the only thing, isn't it? Tony Watson, I booked it in October 2022, April 2023. I got it for £804 for London to Bangkok direct with Thai Airways. It was 200 less when I booked last trip 6 months before that. Yeah, I mean, well, fuel's gone up, haven't it? The fuel's much more expensive even for the airlines. I was paying for a long time. I was paying on average with Eva and with Thai Airways. I was paying kind of like anywhere between £520 to around 550, sometimes 570. But that was quite often, quite the norm. It's quite quiet in that end bar there. I might try and slip in there and order a beer. One of them £7 pints of lager. Yeah, it's quite quiet in there. I'm gonna slip in there. Because the other thing is, if you walk into a restaurant holding a camera, they all think you're pointing at them. Let's see if we can grab a beer. There is music, but I think I'm going to risk it. Oh, That was a long outage, wasn't it? Yeah, I've lost about 40 people that time. It's amazing, you know. You lose the signal for about 10. Well, that was quite a long one. It was about 30 seconds, and people just leave. They get bored. I understand why. Richard Barrell said no such thing. Right, let me just order a beer here. All right, it's cocktails. We don't want a cocktail. You know what we got. She's giving me a wine list, and there's no beer on it. Great. Well, it's not exactly great service. Okay. Roger Ward, no signal. Yeah, it's back now. Louis Leisure, he'll be back. GL, yes, check this Twitter. Damien, is anyone out there? Let's go back before we lost signal there. Tony Watson, the airlines hedge fuel might have brought some at expensive time, thinking it would go higher. Yeah, they store it, don't they? That's the thing. Louis Leisure, okay. Yeah. Okay, we know about the signal. I'm just trying to get past all these, like the signal's gone, you're not there. Okay, Franco, music, no Peter, no beer. I don't think I'm going to get a beer. I've sat down and asked for a menu, but they're doing their own thing, you know. So look. It kind of puts me out a little bit, you know, when I lose the signal for so long and I'm sort of sitting here looking at a black screen. It's really frustrating. I kind of lose my mojo a little bit. I don't really want to move about too much now. More than like, it's a beautiful view through a lovely sail ship. The British and Swedish flags flutter in the wind. I never noticed the flags. Oh yeah. What? Yeah, yeah. There's an American one there as well, American flag. Mark Hanley, always a good stream. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for your support. Appreciate that. I'm not going to get a drink. I'm sitting here like it's like, you know. So I'm not going to get a drink, am I? I think I'm going to have to go to the bar to get the drink. Right, yours travels. I'm off the booze 8 days and been at the gym every day. Having a 32-year Thai girlfriend that can run 10K has inspired me to get in shape for my April trip. I also said I wouldn't get attached as well. Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? When you're in England, you get motivated to get into that losing weight thing, don't you? But it's kind of quite hard to do it here, you know, with the beer and the good food and all the rest of it. I lost 25 kilos last year. I put a video out how I did it, but I put it back on now, unfortunately. But I'm gonna have another go. When I go back, I'm gonna have another go. I've started to walk and use the swimming pool. Get beer. You closed. You closed. Closed.
Already. No, no.
You have beer.
Beer.
Yeah, I not see on here. Where is the beer? No, no beer.
Beer. That beer.
Okay, yeah. Can I have a? Oh, you not have any Chang or Leo, anything like that?
Leo don't have. We have at Singapore.
I'll take a Heineken, please.
Heineken beer.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Well, it's only one person. Yeah, only one. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It was 180 baht for a beer. Right? I know I'm on the waterfront here, but it's 180 baht. Now I'm going to be interested to see what size, if it's a big one or a small one, because if it's a small one, 180 baht is like 250. It's about £4, you know, and it's like if it's a small beer, that is very expensive. Paul Hoskin, the 3-day rule. Yoz. Okay. Chetbound. Travels well done, mate. I'll keep it going. Okay. Right, Damon says the signal is good now. Don't move and buy a glass of wine. I don't think I can afford these prices. I've just ordered a Heineken. I'm okay if it's one beer. That's fine. Yeah. Toby Price, robbing you there, but a tourist area. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Martin Ryder says £4.41. Right, let's take bets, guys. Is this Heineken going to be a small bottle or a big bottle? I'm almost thinking it's going to be a small one. Yeah, they see everybody coming here, Punjabi, pre-post. So it's a tourist area, isn't it? Jesus, how are you doing? Hello, Peter and everyone on here, North London in the house. Yeah, good to have you in. Right, same people commenting here. Let's try and get some new ones up here. Duffbluff says small. Toby Price, small for sure. Stephen A says big. We're taking bets here now, guys, for fun. I just ordered a Heineken. It's 180 baht. Is it going to be a small bottle, a big bottle, or just a small glass? I'm kind of thinking a small one. Pupmaster one, if you can try and book flights Black Friday, especially Eva Air. Do they do that? Do they do Black Friday flights? I didn't know they did it on flights. Saji, yeah, they won't give you one of those big bottles now. I don't mind. I mean, if it comes in a nice glass, that'll be fine. If it comes before midnight, that'll be even nicer. What's the time now? 11:10. D Hammer Singh, how you doing? Small, yeah. Motel says small. Markel small. We've got a competition going tonight, haven't we? Big bottle, small bottle. Here it comes. Here it comes. Are you right? Are you wrong? Right. 180 baht. This is what you get in Thailand for £4. What was it Martin said? Oh, he's diverted to take somebody else's order. He's got my beer in his hand, but he's diverted. Toby Price sitting here with a 60 baht Big Leo. All right, Toby, don't rub salt into my wounds. Yeah, it depends what you drink. This is like one of the biggest, most expensive tourist areas because it's on the river. Hello. I think you got diverted there. Yeah. Thank you. Roy Bag, 180, right? Right, small or big? I'll show you. You want me? Thank you very much. Let me just. There you are. 180 baht, small Heineken. Thank you. Yeah, you want me to pay now? 211. Jesus Christ, 211 baht. Tell everyone how much that was. 211, right? Finally, I'm only having one. Yeah. So that's the tip, right? Okay, nothing like that. It's okay. Okay, no problem. That's okay. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Jesus, that is. Oh my God. Come on, guys, do a quick calculation. 40 baht to the pound, and that was 211 baht, right? 211 baht, and that's what I got for it. One small Heineken. He did give me a paper cup though, so I feel like I'm at a fete or something like that. Anyway, I've got a beer. That's the main thing. Martin Ryder, £9 a pint. More than like. I've missed that one. Where is it? Yeah, more expensive than England. It is, but it's a tourist area, isn't it? It's like going into basically it's like going to Piccadilly, not Piccadilly Circus. What's the big place that's in England? In the middle of London there, the Square. Oh, somebody will tell me in a minute. It's like sitting in a cafe in central London in one of the most popular areas where all the tourists go. Mickey Box, Weatherspoon's $1.99 a pint of Bud Light. Yeah, but you don't have a view like this at Weatherspoons, do you? Wandering Nomad, Con. I've got a beer. I'm hoping, like, you know, when I go to Hua Hin tomorrow, I'm hoping prices are going to be a lot more cheaper. Peter, Peter, I hope to meet up with you in 3 weeks' time. Lost you. Hang on. I hope to meet up with you in 3 weeks' time when in Bangkok. Yeah, that'll be cool. But I just want to tell you something. Some guys get really shitty with me, and I'll tell you why. Because if I met every single person that says I've just landed in Bangkok, let's meet up for a beer and let's have dinner or something like that, that's all I would do. I wouldn't make videos. I would just be out with people all the time. So I have met a lot of people here, and I really like to meet people. Sorry about the old nose. That's getting old. Like I said, I had a beer with Peter. Bought me lunch the other day. It was very nice of him. I was out with Jesse playing pool. I met some other guys. God, I'm so bad with names. Australian guy, had lunch with him. But what happens is some guys get really shitty with me. Like there was a guy, he sent me an email like a week and a half ago, and he says, "Oh, Peter, I'd like to have a drink with you." He says, "I go to this pub. It's guaranteed that you'll get a seat on a Wednesday and Thursday." Oh, I forgot. Here's my phone number, right? So I thought, all right. I looked at it. I thought, yeah, I'll meet him. But I can't do it this week because I'm busy. And I did everything I had to do. And about 4 days went by, and I wrote to the guy and I said, "Look, I'm really sorry. I've been really busy. How you fixed for after the weekend? Because you said we can't get a seat at the weekend." No reply. Okay. So then I wrote to him again. I said, "Oh, I don't know if you're a bit peeved with me because I didn't get back to you straight away. But if I don't hear from you with this email, I just won't. That's it. Then I won't contact you." Never wrote back to me. So obviously he's got the shits because I didn't. You know, he's written to me and said, "Meet me for a drink." I haven't jumped there and then, and he's got the shit for me. There was another guy I told you about in Hua Hin. I was absolutely drunk. You know, I'd been out drinking for about 8, and I was really, really drunk. I just, you know, when you get to that, you hit a wall and you just want to get back. You know, you get really drunk and you're hot and you've been sweating, then you've been in aircon, then you've been sweating, then you're and your mouth it feels filthy, and you get to a point in the night and you just hit a wall and you think, "I've got to just get home now. I've just got to get home. I don't want So this guy grabs me, a guy from New York. He says, "Oh, have a beer, have a beer." I said, "Look, mate, I'm really sorry. I'm not being rude, but I've hit the wall. I'm there. I'm going home. Give me a line contact. We'll contact you tomorrow." Didn't want to know. Didn't want to know. He went in a huff with me. So if you come out here and you want to meet up, that's fine. You know, I like meeting people. I'm not after any freebies, $100 towards your lunch. I'm not after any freebies or anything like that. But the thing is, it's like sometimes it's not convenient. Like somebody will fly and they'll say, "Let's meet up for a few beers," and I'm doing editing that night, or I'm interviewing somebody, or I'm doing some personal shit, you know, on the computer where I've got to get documents signed and all that sort of thing. And so don't be offended, you know. But yeah, geezers, back to you. Yeah, definitely. When you come across, we'll make time and we'll hook up. For me, I'll be honest with you guys. Lunchtime is better for me. You know, if we can meet for lunch or we meet for a coffee in a mall or something, it's much easier for me because in the evening, nighttime, it's I don't know why I'm always busy at night. Right. More than like, why wouldn't you put your life on hold to meet the when I arrive? I even watched an ad. Okay. No, you know, I mean, I'm all joking aside. I'm not a snob. I do like meeting viewers. It's the viewers who made my channel what it is today. But sometimes I just can't get to meet every single person. You know, 45,000 subscribers nearly. You know, I mean, you can't. You know how many people come to Thailand? Right, Black Bolt. Right, what is Black Bolt saying there? Peter, you're large now. Time for a personal assistant. Yeah, I can't afford one, Black Bolt. Um, right, no logs too. Thank you for the super chat. Here's €5 towards the drink. Yeah, cheers. And I'm going to actually. It had a big head on it. I was thinking like asking for a chocolate flake to put in it, but cheers anyway. This is going to go down a treat. It's not the same from a paper cup, is it? No. Thanks. Ralph, how are you doing? Tiger's Den. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Yeah. How is everything working out with your visa? You got some issues with that, haven't you? I did actually do a video on visas for guys who want to stay here, who are under 50, who don't qualify for a retirement visa, but you're already kind of doing what I was explaining on the video. I'm going to be down in. I think I'll come down to Pattaya in a couple of weeks for a couple of nights just to get some cheap beer. Maybe meet up. Geezers, no sweat, Peter. If it happens, it happens. If not this time, then we'll meet up in a. No, we will meet up. We will meet up. All I'm saying to you, if you're in Bangkok for one night and you're like, well, I'm only here for the night. We have to meet tonight, or that's it. Then I might not be able to meet you. But if you're coming to Bangkok, you're going to be here for sort of like 3, 4, 5 days. Then we'll definitely meet. But it's got to be good for both of us, haven't it? You know, if I'm at home editing or I've got to sign documents and stuff, you can't always do it. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do when I get to the UK. I keep promising. I don't know if you get anti-glare glasses. You see when I do this, you can see the reflection there. I wonder if you can get anti-glare so when you look, it doesn't happen. Right. I've got to get back to Sukhumvit. Yeah, I haven't even finished packing for tomorrow. I'm doing an Andrew Hammond tomorrow. I've got a rucksack on my back. Right, Paul Hoskins again. Should always drink 8 beers from 7-Eleven before you go drinking in the bar. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I know you're probably joking, but some guys do that. They get tanked up and then they go out. I don't really do that because I don't really go out specifically to get drunk. I'm not like, well, I want to get wasted tonight, so let's have 10 beers in 7-Eleven and I'll buy 2 when I'm out. I go out to drink socially, you know. I mean, it's not very nice out of a paper cup. It's almost like a sting in the tail, isn't it, when you charge over 200 baht? That's actually the most expensive beer I've ever bought in Thailand, by the way. 211 baht service charge. Yeah, I'm a social drinker. Damien Peter, that's what Keel says. That's got a big head on it. All right. Mark Hamlet, you're lucky I don't give out all your secrets here, Damien. Suitcase. What you told me about your suitcase? Remember? Covent Garden prices. I wasn't thinking of Covent Garden. I was thinking of Leicester Square. That's what I was thinking of. Have you ever been to the UK as a visitor or you live there? You know, Leicester Square is a big tourist hub like this place. And, you know, you go there, you expect to pay like £15 a pint or something like that, don't you? But, I mean, it's one beer. I'm not going to cry about it. Just pack your thong flip-flops, okay? I'll tell you what, it was all these restaurants were packed earlier. Look behind me, look. We're nearly empty now. I think 12 o'clock. If you do come here, you want to come early because I think somebody was. It's 20 past 11 now. 12 o'clock, everything shuts off. They turn all the lights off and everything. He's just said to me they're only serving the drinks now. Sam Sheep. Oh, where's he gone? Weatherspoon's Canary Wharf. God, he's gone again. Weatherspoon's Canary Wharf was selling Dumba. I like Dumba. It's good, that is. 99p a pint. Yeah, Weatherspoon's brilliant. You know what? I don't go out to pubs in the UK anymore. I know I don't live there now, but the last kind of couple of years, the only time I would go to a pub is somebody came to visit me. And like I said to you before, I don't have many friends in the UK because I've lost contact with everybody. But if somebody came to visit me, then I'd say let's go to a local pub on the estate, just somewhere to sit, you know. But generally, I don't go to pubs. Right, Shinrana, thanks for that. That'll buy £5. Yeah, and somebody else gave me £2 earlier. Oh, the beer's paid for now. Thank you, chaps. Right. Mickey Charlie, vodka gives me a good buzz. Okay. I'm a bit of a whiskey drinker myself. I mean, I still remember years ago when you couldn't get a decent whiskey in Thailand. You either got, you know, there was two Thai whiskies, but I always thought they tasted more like rum than whiskey. And I couldn't get into them. And then the only other whiskey you could get was Black Label, which of course was really pricey. And then they brought out a whiskey called Black Cat, and that was okay, but you know, it wasn't everywhere. But now you get this whiskey in 7-Eleven called, I think it's called 296, about £7 a bottle. It's really, really good stuff. Right, no strings. How far from Soy 2 are you? Do you mean Soy 2 on Sukhumvit Soy 2? I'm probably 45 minutes away in a taxi. I'll tell you where I am. I'm next to the river where the Sheraton is, the Shangri-La rather. I mean, I'm quite far. I've come down here special to do this stream because I wanted a nice background. I'm a little bit disappointed because this is Asiatique and there's a lot of touristy shops over there. There's a Ferris wheel over there, the big wheel. You've got the riverfront here with all the boats and everything, but unfortunately, you've seen what happened to the signal. So if I sit still, it's okay. But I'm a little bit disappointed that the signal's been bad because I have got 5G, but it's been pretty crap. So the next time I go somewhere, I'm going to have to check the signal. Johnny Red says, it's not that much. I live in London and Leicester Square, and Covent Garden is about £6 or £7 a pint. Okay, what about Leicester Square? Right, Elvis Doherty, booze it up. Yeah, at these prices, I won't be boozing much up tonight. Let me just try and center this. Right, okay, that's okay. Bottle Baby, how you doing? Sangsum, that was it, yeah. I wasn't going to go that far. Sangsum tastes like cough syrup. I always thought it tasted like bourbon or something like that. You know, I never could get on with the Thai whiskies. Some people swear by them. I know there's guys who sit up in, they live up with their Thai wives or girlfriends up in East End, and they sit outside at night, a half bottle of this Thai whiskey and Coke, and they sit there drinking that stuff all night. But I'm sure it would rot the gold out your teeth if you drank too much of it. Okay, Geezers, I'm bringing a bottle of Shivers Regal for you, Peter, from here with a Christmas gift. Yeah. Well, you know what I was saying about not always being able to meet people. I'll be at the airport. I'll be meeting your flight. Where's my bottle of Shivers Regal? I'll be there. No, I'm only joking. You don't have to bother about that. But if you do, thank you. Fitch778. Sangsom is rum. Okay, yeah. Thanks for that. I didn't know that. But they call it whiskey, don't they? Do they call it rum or do they call it whiskey? I'm sure it says whiskey on the bottle. More than like Thai whiskey tends to be rum. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, and that's how I took it when I was. When I had to, when I tried it years ago, I thought it was like a rum. The other thing about being down here, what's nice about down here, sometimes you can get trapped in a Farang bubble in Sukhumvit. You just go out to Cowboy and Nana and Pattaya, or Pattaya, I'll get told off now. When you live here, you can actually go out to other places like this. Okay, I'm on my own. I don't have any company. I was supposed to meet Simon out here. I was supposed to meet him this afternoon. He didn't meet me. Then he said he'd meet me later on. He didn't meet me. Then he said he'll meet me here, and he didn't meet me. And then he wanted me to meet him in a pub which has very loud music. But anyway, So I'm here on my own, but it's really nice. You know, there's no like crowds of lady boys and hookers and all the rest of it. You know, it's just a nice environment. You know, I'm not saying like give it up completely, but sometimes it's nice just to be away from all that. Um, right, bottle baby whiskey and ice cubes on a hot night. All right, motel. Um, what you been up to in the last week, Peter? What have I been up to? I'll tell you what I've done. I spent a lot of time on the stories this week because they take. You know, I keep saying to you, the stories take me. I'm not exaggerating, honestly. They take me. The editing, the video editing, and the actual reading and all the rest of it takes me about 6 hours one day, and then maybe 4 hours, about 10 hours in total. Well, what it is, because I'm going down to Hua Hin tomorrow for 3 nights, and then I'm going down to Chatham I'm going to drive to Chatham on Thursday. On Thursday, I might think, hey, I don't want to go back to Bangkok. I'm having a good time. Prices are cheap, so I might stay down there. So the thing is, people get pissed off if I don't put the stories out because a lot of people have joined the channel because they like the stories. And I was in 3 years, I missed one Saturday of stories because I was moving into my apartment, and there was quite a few people who were they weren't upset, but they were disappointed. They were like, oh, no stories this week, because there are a lot of people who wait for them stories. So in answer to your question, I've gone around the bush about 20 times here. In answer to your question, I've actually done 2 sets of stories this week, which have taken me about 3 days, and I've uploaded them. So the ones for next Saturday, obviously, because I'm in Hua Hin this week, I'm not going to have time to do them. So although I'm in Hua Hin, Chatham, and I might stay down there, all I've got to do is click a button, and they'll be up next Saturday. But of course, for the members, they'll go out on Tuesday. Mikey Charlie recently learned that we get drunk due to alcohol being a literal poison in our system. Disturbing to think about, makes me rethink drink. You know what? This is one of the, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Alcohol is a poison, but they do say a glass of red wine is good for you every day. But I think it's probably the brewery that say that. You know my trick, don't you? I've drank all my life, my adult life, every night virtually. I drink a lot less now than I used to. I used to have a little bit of a drinking problem, but I kind of ironed it out. But like I've said to you many times on this channel, the thing that stopped me being an alcoholic is I just refuse to drink in the daytime. And often out here I'll meet people that say, "Go on, just one beer, one beer won't hurt you." And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't drink in the daytime. You know, if you order it, it will be wasted if you don't drink it yourself. And my body generally has 20 hours to repair. And I went to have my liver checked recently. I took advantage of the hospital promotion that was on in Pattaya. They did a cardiac, I forget the name of it, but 5,500 baht. They put me on a stress test on the running machine. They checked my liver, that was good. My kidneys, everything, blood, urine, and but I don't drink in the day at all. It's 11:30 and the mosquitoes have come out. I'm a buffet now, and I drink. I'm not a big drinker these days until I get down to Hua Hin. Right. Bike packer. Hey Pete, the picture is amazingly clear. That's good. Why? Because I'm sat still. The light is just right. There's a big light up there that you can't see, and we've got that ship in the background there. Look. You watch the signal go now. It's gone very quiet around here. I'll give it another hour and a half. I'll give it another 10 minutes at least. Right, Wu-Tang Life. Any news on the 70-year-old British guy that was shot dead and killed? Thai police got leads. I haven't read about that, the Wu-Tang Life. I'll tell you what was quite sad. Let me see if I can get another beer. I'm going to go for it. What's that going to be, about 10 quid? I think so. Let me just order this beer, guys. I'm not sure. I think they might be closed. They don't look very happy that I've ordered another beer, even though it's 200. Can I get one more, please? One more. You closed? Closed? Yeah. Okay, not to worry. Thank you. You've saved me 200 baht. Thank you. Okay, right, close. I'm gonna have to shoot off soon, guys, because they're kind of like they're putting the chairs on the tables. I mean, it's early, isn't it? Right, Markel Wu-Tang, the shooter turned himself in and confessed. Okay, I haven't heard anything about that. I need to read some Thai news. Let me have a look. Right, news on the 70-year-old British guy that was. I'll tell you what I have found look, I don't know anything about this story of the guy, but what I found is people who get themselves into big trouble here, like getting shot. A lot of the time, it's either a business partner, a deal that's gone wrong, You know, a lot of the time it's down to business or girls. But I'll tell you about another very sad story about somebody who died recently, and I think he was he British? I think he was British. Yeah. The you know the bridge on the River Kwai. I did a video down there, and David Scott, I think your stories are great. I want to go to Thailand from the Philippines. Okay, thank you, David. So you know the bridge on the River Kwai. I didn't actually. There's a part when you're on the train going on the bridge on the River Kwai over the railway. Before that, or just after it, you go around the mountain where the prisoners of wars built it all up on big uh, pylons of wood. And what was quite sad was I think it was last week there was an English guy and he was hanging out the train to get a selfie, or he was hanging out the train to get the. I don't know what he was doing, but he was hanging out the train. He fell out. He fell out and he fell down the side of the mountain, killed outright. I've seen a picture of him getting lifted. They're shooing me out of it. You know, the chairs go. I'm gonna have to go over there. Look, Christ, it's almost like like a wedding, isn't it? Look, okay. It's a very uncomfortable feeling when you're trying to have a drink or you're sitting in a restaurant and they start putting chairs away all around you. You know, never mind. Let's find a seat. Um, right, Mark Vincent should not hang out the train. Okay, David Scott, I like your adventures and philosophy. I want to come to Thailand for a week. If you were me, where would you go? That literally is how long is a piece of string. You know, I could write you a list of 50 places. You know, I mean, I don't know. I've got a whiff of weed. Somebody smoking weed. Um, I don't know what you like to do. You know, are you into the ladies? Are you into sunsets and temples? I don't know. There's a lot to do here, but it's all on Google. Black Bolt, people do crazy things for pictures these days. I think he just wanted to, I think the problem is they put it up on Facebook, don't they? I'm not a great user of social media. I just haven't got the time. You know, people use Twitter and Facebook and all these sort of things. I don't use any of them. You know, people say to me, what's your Twitter page? You know, I haven't got Twitter. Um, right, 4K chill vibes. It was an Irish guy that died. I think he had been living in New Zealand most of his life. Is that the one who got shot or the one who fell out of the train? Dog. Oh, I'm getting bitten now. Right. Dog. Sad. I don't understand these people yet. Mark Vincent, why are you always looking over your shoulder? You scared of something? Yeah, I'm terrified, Mark. I'm absolutely terrified. Right. Mark, if it bothers you, don't watch my stream, okay? Right. No logs too. Dog. I seen a young Fran girl in Phuket join the flying squad. I seen it on TNT. Very sad, but I think all these flying squads are self-inflicted. Yeah. Well, you don't know what the reasons are, do you? You know, it's unusual for a girl to jump off a balcony. Richard Harris. A Thai man has been arrested over the shooting of the British pensioner. If anybody knows why he was shot, that'd be quite interesting to know. Uh, Mark Vincent looks like it. Let's have one more walk down here. Actually, the band's done it, so we'll go this way. I mean, it must be fantastic staying in one of these five-star hotels, really up high, looking over the river. It's such a nice view. Richard Harris, a Thai man. I've read that one already. Mark Vincent looks like it. Yeah. Okay. Is it me? My I can't believe how bad the signal is down here. I've never had a stream cut out for so long. Actually, about 30 seconds. Matthew Cartwright, evening, Peter. How you doing? I'm nearly done, Matthew. I'm getting bitten to death here. I'm at the river. I'm at Asiatique this evening. Been going for about nearly 2 hours now, hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to Port Hill in the morning, so I've got to get up. I've still got to get back to Sukhumvit, which is a good 40 minutes from here, I would say. That's if I manage to get a taxi. Um, is that Yuri Nata? I'm surprised more Frank don't get taken out. Some of the worst types. It's quite an interesting comment. Where are we? Some of the worst types end up in Thailand. Yeah, it's true. I think what it is, when you say you're not surprised, a lot of more foreigners are not taking out some worse types. Yeah, but a lot of them are kind of harmless. They harm themselves, don't they? So when you say the worst type, they're kind of like, yeah, they're rude, they're arrogant, they tell stories about being in the SAS and they get drunk and they treat women not good, but they're not bad enough to really get on the wrong side of anybody who matters. I mean, they don't do something so bad that somebody wants to shoot them. It's normally a business partner. They get greedy and they want the business for themselves. The people you uh, more right, Mac, Peter, your microphone is distorted sometimes as it's meant for a lower level. You can lower your voice though, as we can hear you great. Okay, I'll take that on board. I don't mind a bit of criticism if it's positive criticism. So what you're saying is don't shout. Okay, right, no strings. Will the taxi keep the journey on the meter? Who knows? I tell you what, Bolt's very, very good. I'm using Bolt all the time now, and I kind of travel around the city on the back of motorbikes. I am going to buy a scooter while I'm here. I didn't think it's necessary to have one in Bangkok, but actually, if you have a scooter, there's lots of long soys that have got bakeries on them, little hidden away pubs, things like that, nice little restaurants. They can be dangerous. I've ridden bikes all my life. Uh, I take it easy, don't go mad. But Bolt, I go on the back of Bolt bikes, and they're really cheap. The price is fixed. Even the cars, the Bolt cars. If you book with the line, Grab or Bolt, Bolt tends to be cheaper. It's not always taxis. It's just guys who do it part time. They pick you up in their own car. Prices are great. You don't get ripped off at all. And most of them are really nice guys. They're not like your average taxi driver who's asking, have you got a Thai girlfriend? Going to take you to the nearest massage parlor. They're just regular guys, and most of them are very polite, very nice guys. Martin Ryder, are you meeting up with Bangkok Pat? I've spoke to Pat quite a few times actually, because Pat's. I don't think I'm giving anything away here. Pat's a little bit upset because with everything that's going on, Pat does tours. He'll do private tours, so people call. His videos are great, aren't they? And what he'll do, I don't know how much he charges, but he'll take people contact him. They come from abroad. And they want to do a tour with Bangkok Pat because he's very good. He knows the area, and he's had 3 or 4 cancellations because of what's been announced recently. And I was talking to Pat yesterday, and we do want to do a video together, but we just haven't made up our mind what we're going to do yet, because obviously we're completely different, Pat, Bangkok Pat and I, to what we do. I think Pat's a far more superior YouTuber than I am, but we just do different things in different ways. So it's finding something that would suit him and me together. But yeah, I'm good friends with Pat. And it's strange, really, when you look at my channel and you look at Pat's channel, we're very unlikely bedfellows, really, when you think about it. Uh, you know, right. Wandering Nomad, Bangkok Pat produces quality videos. They're great. Saji, Black Hawk usually don't have to ask about the meter. Normally they use the meter. Yeah. No, I mean, if you okay, Saji, but before Bolt and Grab, it was a bloody nightmare. Every taxi you get in, you go ask him to go somewhere, and they're asking 200 baht, 100 baht. You're like, just piss off and put the meter on. You get out of that one, get in another one, same thing. But with Bolt, there's none of that. You order it, it gives you the price, confirm your order, it turns up in a few minutes. Josh Phillips, maybe a historical bar pool tour with Bangkok Pat. We've had a few ideas. I stayed in Pattaya longer than I should have done, but we were going to do a video together on Nana, the Nana Hotel, because supposedly it's haunted. That's the sort of thing Pat does. And I was going to do one with Pat on the Nana. We were going to go in the Nana Hotel, and I never came up. That was for Halloween, and I was still in Pattaya, so that didn't come off. The Wutong Live, Real Taxi, lost you. Real taxi, I got off boat in Bangkok, still tried to charge me double, even with the app. Surprised at that. I've never had an issue with Tong Life, never had an issue. New logs too. Harris didn't see that I kind of stopped reading the Tiger after Tim left. That's crazy. If true, yeah, I mean, I kind of stopped watching the Tiger since Tim left. You talk about Tim Newton. He's got his own YouTube channel now called, I think it's called TNT. And I just find his whole presentation great, and I think he was the Tiger. I think he made the Tiger. I'm not being derogatory to the Thais. They do a good job. It's just I think Tim Newton, for me, held it together. Right, broadcast Dave, Peter, what's happening? How you doing, broadcast Dave? I'm getting bitten to death here, so I'm going to be winding this up soon. Martin Ryder, Nana Hotel is definitely haunted. My girlfriend keeps getting a cover in the morning. Okay, not sure what that means. Bernie, I was trying to think of your name when I was talking about people I've met, Bernie. It was you, of course it was. Hi, Peter, nice location and on excellent stream. Thai Baht 211. That water should have stayed open for a long as you sat there. Do you know what? Yeah, if I'm not going to show you because it's boring, but there's nothing there. There's no tables now. They're all stacked up. I don't know why they stacked them up, but good to have you in the stream, Bernie. I'm nearly done. I'm getting bitten to death here as I'm next to the water. Right, here's 100 baht towards your lunch. Right, please send me Vampire Girl's line ID. I have an urgent message for you. You'll have to wrestle it off me. Okay. All right, look, guys, I'm going to wind this up. I'm getting bitten to death here. It's a nice location, but the signal wasn't great. I'll do a live stream from Hua Hin on either Wednesday or probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And what I'll do it later. So hopefully you've finished work. Yeah, I'll find somewhere nice to sit in Hua Hin, like a nice bar that's got low key music. I'll start it late, 12 o'clock till 2, something like that. Hopefully you can come and join along. I'll try and get somewhere with a good signal. But look, thanks for joining me tonight. Little bit disappointed with the signal down here, but at least you know now. I'll get the sign up there in the back so you can make a note of that. It's Asiatique. It's on the waterfront. If you go on a date, it's a great place to bring a girl and have a dinner and a few drinks. I'm here on my own. Billy, no mates. But great location, worth a visit. Even if you come here on your own, come down for a few beers. I've got no associations. I'm not getting any backhanders, but it is a real nice place. Okay, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I'll catch up with you. I'll see you all in Hua Hin. Hua Hin.